This should be a fun game, and I see a very confident Chicago Bulls team. I think they've come home. They've played very well in Boston. I think the key is here, Kevin, as it was in Game 3, manage their energy. They did not do a good job of managing their emotions in Game 3. Got blown out, came back in Game 4, gutted out a tough win. This should be very, very interesting here tonight, how both teams actually start this game.
And it begins with Derrick Rose, who has had 20 turnovers over the last 3 games. Switch on defense, Perkins, now Allen going on Gordon. Here's Rose and Rondo on him with the shot clock down to 9. Rose, they concede the shot. Rebound by Rondo, his first. And here comes Boston. Rondo to Pierce. And Pierce over Rose for 3. And out of bounds and off of Chicago.
Well, the first play of the game, you see Rondo getting the defensive rebound, and he's going to look to push. And one of the key things, Kevin, about your point guard being such a great rebounder, Magic Johnson, as a rookie, was a great defensive rebounder. You automatically start the fast break, and when Rondo rebounds the ball, he triggers their fast break.
You can see that shot to Allen. No one rotated over, and it's on his first shot. Ray Allen has his first 2.
Well, since the first game when they did not screen well for Ray Allen, Big Baby and Perkins have done a better job of that, and Ray Allen, over the last 4 games, percentages have gone way up. He's getting much better shots.
And they continue to put 2 defenders now, including Davis and Allen on Gordon. Shot clock at 4. Noah to Salmons. A late close by Pierce. And a big 3 for John Salmons on his first shot. He's got a triple.
Well, you can see the attention that Ben Gordon is coming off screens. With the ball, they trap him. When he doesn't have the ball, that big man shows out quickly, so it takes him out of his catch-and-shoot game.
Davis on top, picked up by Thomas, and here comes Noah out on Perkins. By Salmons, driving his Pierce. Nice hard hit inside by Tyrus Thomas, and Salmons the other way.
The Bulls front line has bothered Paul Pierce. When he gets that ball in too deeply, Joakim Noah and Tyrus Thomas, both excellent shot blockers.
That's a good point. Here's Gordon going inside with the pass to Thomas. And we have a foul as Perkins and Noah got tied up. The rebound was by Rajon Rondo, who picks up his 2nd rebound tonight. And the foul goes on Noah, and that's number 1 on him.
Well, Joakim Noah, as they come back down the floor, both of these guys are locked up. Call the foul on Joakim Noah. And Kevin, one of the things it is, it's okay to take good hard fouls, but you can't play out of character. Chicago can't start looking for contact and trying to make plays they don't normally make. Just play tough basketball.
It doesn't surprise you that it's a little chippy, this being Game 6, does it?
And it doesn't surprise me after what happened at the end of the game with Rondo and Brad Miller that you've seen quick whistles here early. You got Joey Crawford, Derek Stafford, Ed Malloy on this game. Believe me, they've watched the game, they've watched the series, they know what has gone on, and they're going to make sure from the start of this game that it doesn't get too out of control. They're going to let them play, but they're going to make them play good basketball.
Gordon just picked up his first foul is guarding Ray Allen, who puts up another shot, so he has started 2 of 2, and there is a whistle blown immediately by Joey Crawford.
And they call it on Kendrick Perkins in the backcourt. Now, this is a guy who played 48 minutes the other night, actually, in the game. How many total minutes he played? 48 minutes, 20 seconds, did not have a foul. And that puts him in great company with 2 great players, Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, the only 2 other guys to play 48 minutes of a playoff game and not get a foul.
That is some kind of note. There is Rose finding Thomas, who slashes inside into Davis. Rebound is out of bounds. It is off of the Boston Celtics. And look at this. Would you ever think that Perkins' name would be associated with Chamberlain or Russell?
Well, I could say, what do they have in common? Say, well, they're centers. They played on world championship teams. But that is real history right there.
You had too much time on your hand from the other team.
That's my man JP in the truck pulling all that, making me look good.
Oh, I like that. Here comes Rose looking for Salmons, and Paul Pierce gets in the way. Now, Paul Pierce, Doug, has had a slow start to the series, but the last 3 games he has found his stroke and been much more effective.
Well, in Game 3 here, he came in and set the tone. He had his first 6 shots. It was really the best quarter I thought that Boston played. They had 32 points, went up 11, and played ahead the whole game, and it helped their bench. And for Boston to be able to get to that bench and help them, they need to play with the lead.
Rondo is reaching in on Rose. This has been a great story, these 2 young fouls. There's a 3-second violation inside. It's on Kendrick Perkins. But Rose and Rondo, I mean, we're going to be talking about these kids, Doug, for many years to come.
Absolutely. Let's hope these young guys stay healthy. And it was interesting. We were talking to Doc Rivers before the game, and he talked about, when you draft now, when you coach, he said, Pat Riley had always talked to him, he's like, I'm not going to coach if I don't have a great big man.
Yes.
And he said, it's almost now you can't coach unless you have a great point guard. Because the game is so changed now. It's so point guard driven with the rules and how guys attack that basket and drive that ball. And if you look in the playoffs, you get great point guard play, you got a great opportunity to win.
Here are those two guards right now. The rookie of the year, Rose, and the emerging star, Rondo. Gordon going by Allen, driving into Big Baby, finds the two inside with a foul. Lightning quick and explodes even with the bad left hamstring. The foul goes on Davis, who picks up his first, and Gordon will be at the line.
Well, the rule of thumb there for the Boston Celtics, they do not want Ben Gordon beating them going to the right. They made a mistake here. He goes to his right. More importantly here, you get free throws here, Ben Gordon. I thought in game 5 the other night, Kevin, I don't know if he knew how many minutes he was going to be able to play. He came out, took a lot of shots early. I expect him to be in a much better rhythm. He quick shot the ball the other night, almost like I don't know how long I'm going to get to play. I think his shot selection is going to be better tonight.
That's the way a shooter thinks, isn't it? I want to get my shots in.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play 20 minutes.
Screen by Perkins. This is a three by Allen. His first miss. The rebound pulled down by Gordon. That's his first. And Gordon flies the other way, met by the defensive Rondo. So the switch on defense. Allen goes on Rose. This is Perkins side. Rejected by Perkins. He had a handful of blocks the other night. Rondo the other way. It's a three on the fly for Allen, and it's good. There was a little bit of buffer there. Rose was not up on him, and 7 quick points for Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics.
Well, block shots, rebounds, and steals. That's when Boston has really been at its best in this series. And the guy who's the recipient is Ray Allen. He's the guy who gets out, and it's tough to cover him in the transition game. That's where he gets those open shots.
Rose has started 0-2. Another screen. Here's Allen again. Here's a three. And the rebound pulled down by Gordon for the second time. So Ray Allen has started 3 of 5. Here's Gordon blasting into Rondo on the switch on defense, and he finds the deuce inside.
Ben Gordon looks much better tonight. He looks like his leg is stronger. He really, the other night, played 51 minutes in that ball game, 6 of 21, 26 points, hit some big shots late, but was never really in rhythm in that ball game. Tonight is in a much better rhythm here to start.
Ray Allen is the only player that has scored so far for the Boston Celtics. He has all 7 points. Switch on defense. Salmons goes on Allen, and now they've got Gordon on the much taller and stronger Pierce. And Paul Pierce knocks in his first shot on 3 tries.
Well, there's a new wrinkle. Normally they run that play to get Rose to switch. That time they ran it to get Ben Gordon to switch on the play. So they have gone at Ben Gordon here early in the ball game.
Pierce on Salmons, and the shot clock is down to 10. Again, they bring Davis out on Gordon, along with the double defense of Allen. It frees up Noah, who runs inside. He works into Perkins. And Perkins got a hand on it, much to the chagrin of his coach. Doc Rivers at the other end, the Chicago native, is coaching this team after winning Coach of the Year a season ago. Here's Rose at the free throw line, and Doug Paul Pierce has picked up his first foul.
You can see what the Bulls are doing. Anytime that trap is occurring, the Bulls are pulling that ball back and really extending the Celtics defense, and then they're flashing a guy right in the middle of the floor. Joakim Noah is a good passer, as is Brad Miller later. You'll see him as passers. And then they put Tyrus Thomas on that baseline as the finisher. This time it was Derrick Rose.
Well, we've only got this chance, 7.5 now to play, Doug, in this first quarter. Just starting things off here at the sold-out United Center. Let's check out your keys to tonight.
Well, what does Chicago have to do to make a Game 7? They have to disrupt the Celtics offense. When the Celtics have shot 45% or better, they have been able to win all 3 of those games. Protect the paint. When the Celtics have dominated the paint, the 3 wins, they're plus 14 points a game in the paint. And then Heinrich and Miller versus the Boston bench, they have outscored them in this series by themselves 101-65. And then Derrick Rose, when he has played well, especially in both fourth quarters, the Bulls have won the game. Let's see if they can find a way to get into a Game 7 Saturday night in Boston.
An aggressive move by Paul Pierce inside, met by Joakim Noah. There's a look at first-year head coach Vinny Del Negro. And so Noah picks up his second personal foul, so a quick switch. Noah will leave, and here comes Brad Miller, who got, they say, between 7 and 10 stitches inside his mouth on that whack late in the game by Rondo.
Well, you don't like to see Joakim Noah in early foul trouble. Now, Brad Miller has played great for them, but Joakim Noah is a shot blocker, and he bothers the front line, and especially Paul Pierce when he gets in that paint. So Brad Miller's going to have to do a good job here on the defensive end.
Perkins to Allen, right around Tyrus Thomas, and he puts it in. So in game 3 here was Paul Pierce on fire to start things off for Boston tonight. Ray Allen's got 9, hitting 4 of his first 6 shots. There's an offensive foul. That was on Brad Miller, who just checks in, and that's the first on the big man for the Bulls.
You see the posting up. You see how they've lifted all their teams. The Tyrus Thomas did not recognize that. Big Baby was lifted. They lifted the whole side offensively. And you can see right now Celtics are really targeting Ben Gordon. They're going to make him work on both ends. Ray Allen has 9, and they switched to play, and Paul Pierce scored on on Ben Gordon as well.
Here's defending Allen. There's a rebound by Miller. That's his first. So the first turnover of the game for Chicago doesn't cost them anything, and here comes Gordon. Miller trying to set a screen. Salmons was bumped out of bounds by Pierce, but not enough to draw a foul. As Salmons and the ball go out of bounds, and the second consecutive turnover for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, the turnover story is critical. And for the Chicago Bulls tonight, they want to take care of the ball. Remember in game 3 in here, they came in here, turned it over 22 times. Kevin, in that first quarter of that game, the Celtics had 14 points off turnover.
Rondo dive inside, going into Rose. A second rebound by Miller, and here comes Derrick Rose, swerving and driving, and Salmons left uncovered. They concede the 3. So Chuck Salmons has knocked down 2 triples to start the game, and he's got 6 in 6 minutes for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, going into the game now, he was 6 of 24 for 25% from behind that three-point line. He's already knocked down 2 here tonight.
Davis drives into Miller, looking for Rondo through his hands and out of bounds. That's a Boston turnover, and the first on the Celtics tonight.
Very good start here for Chicago. They got off to a
Chicago.
taking care of the ball, getting good shots, leading here 14 to 11.
Salmons is 6 of 8. Rose is 5 of 7. Gordon is 3 of 6. Heinrich has got 3 fouls on the bench. Allen again over Gordon. That is a 3. Ray Allen is right on the money. 16 minutes, 22 points. 22 points, Doug, on 12 shots.
Well, again, with Ray Allen in the game, they're going right at Ben Gordon, so they're attacking him on the offensive end as well, trying to take away his legs and make him work on both ends of the floor. So Ray Allen got off to a great start, had to sit a while. Then Ben Gordon was being guarded by Eddie House and had the advantage in that situation. Now with Ray Allen back, Allen 22 points here in this first half.
Gordon 3 of 6. Here is Rose. Salmons. Pierce will pick him up. Shot clock is down to 5. Salmons 6 of 8.
It's a bad
2,
possession.
it is. Look at the ball stick. It wouldn't move. You were just talking about ball movement for Chicago. There's a 24-second shot clock on the Bulls. A violation right there.
Well, I'll tell you when you know the Bulls are over-dribbling. They have 19 assists they're averaging in this series. When they move the ball and get open shots, you saw the brilliant first quarter where they had 37 points. Start doing too much on your own, that ball sticks. That's exactly the way Boston wants you to play, because they load up and they got 5 guys watching the ball.
You saw the turnover story. Boston 6-0 run. Gordon and Miller both sticking with Allen. Perkins setting a screen. There's another screen by Pierce. They got the mismatch now with Salmons on Miller. Here is Noah watching Big Baby Davis. And Glenn Davis puts in his second shot. He's got 5 in 17 minutes for the Boston Celtics.
Those leads go quickly, don't they?
Both evaporating right before our eyes. Here is Rose. And Miller. Rondo is on him. They let Miller fire. He puts it down. And Miller Dog has started 2 of 2 with his 4 points and 3 boards for Chicago coming off the bench. Davis with a screen. Wide open is Pierce, standing on the 3. Davis got a hand on it, keeps it alive. His 3rd rebound, they go inside. Perkins jousting with Miller, and then Davis picks it up, and he sticks it back up and in for the Celtics.
Well, if I'm Vinny Del Negro right now, I'm not happy, because right now all the energy plays are going back to Boston. And early in the game, it was Chicago getting those 50-50 plays, those loose balls. Now it's Boston.
Davis has 7. Gordon for Allen for 3, and a rebound by Perkins, who collects his 3rd rebound. And here is a errant pass, which is out of bounds, and off of Chicago with some pretty good hustle across the way. Boston's last lead was 4-3. You can see now down by 2. Moments ago, Chicago is up by 13 points.
Ray Allen hit those back-to-back threes, cut into that quickly.
Tyrus Thomas for Miller.
It's amazing now through all this, Paul Pierce is getting a lot of rest. They're running that high hand of Ray Allen. We've seen this before.
Can you believe Rondo Doug has played 16 minutes? He's averaging a triple-double in this series as Gordon just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Here comes Heinrich. He's playing with 3. Doug Rondo is 0 of 3 Not a single point in 16 minutes, like I said, averaging a triple-double.
Well, he has 5 assists, and one of the things that he's doing right now is they're going to Ray Allen. And they're looking for him because he's shooting the ball so well, Kevin. He's 8 of 12 from the floor tonight. And he's hot behind that three-point line. So what you do as a point guard, you're taught find the hot hand, and that's what he's doing with Ray Allen.
Rondo lasers it inside for Allen. Heinrich is on him. There's a screen by Davis. Thomas picks it up on the defensive rotation. Shot clock at 2. He'll put up a 15-footer on the fly and bury that one too. Ray Allen has exploded in this first half with 24 points. 3.5 to play in the first half. Here is Rose dancing on Rondo. Rose is 5 of 7. It's off to Thomas. Drives by Big Baby. Lost the ball. There was a nudge inside. Little hand check and a Boston foul and 7 seconds on the shot clock.
You see most points in a half here. Celtics playoff history. Pretty good list there. Larry Bird and John Havlicek.
Lindsey Hunter taking the place of Heinrich. There is Noah on top. Chicago shooting 61%. Boston shooting 46% in this game. Noah 0 of 2. Pierce is on Salmon. Shot clock at 2 over Pierce. A little bit short. Rebound by Davis, his 4th. Here comes Rondo 0 of 3 the other way.
Notice how that lane once again is closed down. Here is Ray Allen. Boy, that would have been a dagger right there. It's going to be an offensive foul on Kendrick Perkins. That will be his 3rd. So basically he has a foul 90 feet away from the basket, and he has an offensive foul, and then he has a loose ball foul. So 3 of his fouls tonight on the offensive end are going for a rebound. And let's see what happens now. When he sat in the first half, the Bulls really took advantage of getting inside. Can the Bulls make a push here in the last 2.5 minutes or so of this half?
Scalabrine is in. You just saw Perkins take a seat on the Doc Rivers bench. Lindsey Hunter. Rose in a mismatch now over Davis. He is 6 of 8. He's got 16 points to tie the 16 from Salmon.
And most of them are jump shots. I only think he has maybe a couple baskets in the lane, and that's where he did all of his work. In that first game, he had 36 points. So many of those were taking that ball to the basket.
Lindsey Lee Hunter on Ray Allen. And that's a foul on Hunter. They got to start using some of these fouls and do something to disrupt, which is one of your keys, disrupt the offensive efficiency of the Boston Celtics. Here is Hunter with another stab at Allen. So 2:18 to play here in the first half. Ernie, we've got a beauty here in Chicago in Game 6 as we swing it to you down in Atlanta. Buckled in, thank you very much. How about Dwight Howard? He knocked out 2 players, himself and his teammate, with that fractured sinus for Courtney Lee, the rookie. And a quick foul is called and 2:10 to play here in the first half, and that foul's going to go on Paul Pierce, and he's got 2. There's Lindsey Hunter at the free throw line, and there's a longtime veteran in the finals, MVP from a season ago, Pierce.
Well, Lindsey Hunter has been quite a mentor and a great guy in that locker room this year for Derrick Rose. Lindsey's been around a lot. He's been around some great players. When he broke in with the Pistons with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, 2 Hall of Fame, backcourt players. Played the NBA championships with the Lakers. He's out there with Kobe Bryant. He understands this game, the mentality of what great players bring every night, and he's been a real positive influence for Derrick Rose.
Rondo with his 3rd rebound. He's got 5 assists. Celtics have gone 17 consecutive minutes without a turnover. Here's Rondo. Hunter watching the shot. It's a 3 by Ray Allen. He's got 29 first half points, 29 points and 15 shots. He's had a 20-point second quarter.
And more importantly, after that brilliant start, the Bulls had 37 points in the first quarter, only 16. Celtics have locked down their defense. They've closed up the paint, and everything here is a jump shot.
You see that shot to Rose, and he is exploiting that, Doug. He's got 18, 7 of 9. From the floor for the rookie Rose. He's got a 10-point second quarter goal.
Kevin, again, this has been the Ray Allen show here offensively in the first half, and Paul Pierce has only taken 1 shot in this quarter. You know, come money time, it's going to be Paul Pierce.
There was a screen, and 38-year-old Lindsey Hunter hitting the net hard. Davis picks up his third foul for the Boston Celtics.
Now, you can't step out and screen. You're going to see Lynn Davis there, the big baby. He does. He steps out, and Lindsey Hunter runs into it. Now, he's going to be in foul trouble, so Mikey Moore coming into the game. And minute 19 doesn't sound like much, Kevin, but you get 2 or 3 possessions here, you get a couple stops and scores. This can be a 6-point swing one way or another here in the last minute 19.
Big baby is about 20, and Lindsey Hunter, as I just said, is 38. Rose, Rondo on it. Noah picked up by Moore. Pierce is trying to stick with Salmons. Noah trying to screen and roll. Shot clock is down to 8. Salmons. Pierce watching him. John Salmons with 18 points, matching the 18 points of Rose. 7 of 10 Salmons. His first points in the second quarter. Allen the other way. No fouls to give either way in the final seconds of the second quarter from Chicago's United Center. Over Noah, it's Mikey Moore. Scalabrine trying for the rebound, but it was lassoed by Tyrus Thomas, who picks up his second. Rose, Scalabrine is down. Rose weaving through Boston defenders. Into Moore on the defensive switch. That means Rondo is watching Noah. Rose puts it down. He's got the 2. He's got 20 first-half points with 20 seconds to play in the first half.
I don't know that I've ever seen him shoot the ball better, especially in a game with this kind of magnitude.
Think of his confidence dunk. My goodness, for this rookie, and a timeout taken by the Boston Celtics with 15 and a half seconds to play here in the second quarter.
This is a very humble star here. Remember when he got that Rookie of the Year trophy? He really had a tough game 3. He has bounced back here tonight, had a great first half. There we go. That's great.
Good job in there, guys. Good job in there, guys. Keep it on Rose. Thanks. Doug, one of your keys for tonight's game for the Chicago Bulls was Derrick Rose.
Yeah, we talked about the wins and losses. Look what he has done, how well he shot tonight. 8 of 10, 80%, got to the line 8 times in the wins. Tonight he's 4 of 4, on track for those numbers. And then the flip side of that, we talked about, and they got to slow Rondo and keep him out of the paint. Well, you know what? He has 0 points tonight, 0 for 3. He does have 6 assists, but a lot of those are he's not penetrating. He's been finding Ray Allen for those open jump shots.
The big man on the bench for the Boston Celtics. Final seconds of the first half, and what fireworks we have seen. Here's Pierce, he is 3 of 7. Salmons on him. Paul Pierce, who was dynamite the last game to give Boston the lead. Here is a shot with a foul and .2 on the clock. Lindsey Hunter was reaching in on the veteran Paul Pierce, and Hunter picks up his second personal foul, which will send Paul Pierce to the line where tonight he is 4 of 4.
You see Lindsey is reading that spin move, but he commits the cardinal sin there. You can't reach in. Paul Pierce is very good at dragging that ball in front of defenders and forcing you to make that foul.
Using it as bait almost.
Absolutely.
To lure
Just
them
here,
in.
take this ball, and then you throw your arms right into that guy and you get the foul. It's caused him problems in this series, though. A lot of his turnovers, he's tried to do that, throw that ball out. The Bulls have stripped him. And as I said before, going into this game tonight, he had 17 turnovers, so that had been a problem.
Pierce is 5 of 5 from the free throw line tonight with his 11 points. The 29 by Ray Allen, leading all Boston scorers and everybody in the game. 20 by Rose, 18 by Salmons. .2 on the clock. That'll take us to halftime.
They're taking care of the ball. I expect Paul Pierce, who only took 1 shot in that second quarter when Ray Allen was going to work, to be a guy they really focus in here on this second half. And the Bulls are going to have to lock down their defense, get out in the open court, and get some easy baskets.
Celtics begin with Pierce, Davis, Perkins, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo. Here's Allen's trying to go inside. Looked like Gordon got a piece of it. It's saved by Thomas and picked up by Salmons and retaken by Ray Allen, who will put up a running 3. Salmons was defending the rebound, clutched onto by Rose. That's number 5. Here come the other way, Gordon over Rondo. That is a 3 by Ben Gordon. He now has 12. He's out there with Salmons, Thomas, Noah, and Derrick Rose.
How about the perimeter of the Bulls have 50 right now of their 62 points. 20 Rose, 12 Gordon, 18 for Salmons.
Look at Thomas and Noah, 2 points between them. Miller's come off the bench with 4, but the big men not scoring. A screen by Davis. Rose on the rotation picks up Pierce. Salmons was reaching in 2. And Rose will pick up the foul. That's number 1. Let's swing our attention over to David Aldridge with some halftime notes. David?
Well, guys, as you all talked about, it's all about keeping your composure. Both teams talking about that in the locker room at halftime, especially the Boston Celtics. Doc Rivers said we started playing basketball in the second quarter. When that happens, we're a pretty good basketball team. We're not a good team when we try to be Ali or Frazier.
Wow. What a big punch thrown inside there by Perkins right over the tandem of Noah and Thomas. And now Perkins' dog has got 4.
Can he stay out of foul trouble? He's going to be key. If Boston wins this game, it'll be him staying out of foul trouble. Be a big part of it because that's what he brings.
Yep.
The shot blocking. They only blocked 1 shot in the first half. He was on the bench with fouls. Played only 13 minutes. Blocked 7 in game 5. He blocked 7. The team had 9. So shot blocking was very key in that game.
Perkins is the number 1 shot blocker among all the playoff participants league-wide. Shot clock is at 6. Here comes Gordon, screened by Noah. The double by Perkins and Allen. Here comes Thomas, 1 to shoot. He fires away. And the rebound by Paul Pierce, who got whacked in the chest. That's his second rebound. Allen right by Gordon. And into Noah. Mismatch now. They got Allen working on Noah and Thomas. And Perkins got it inside. He goes into Thomas. As Paul Pierce is trying to stop a bleeding nose. Kid who grew up in Los Angeles, rooting for the Los Angeles Lakers. Bang.
Right there you see Tyrese Thomas. And you know, Kevin, how many times have we seen guys with their hands going to the ball like that? I'm shocked that there are not more guys that get poked in the eye and all with all the hands and how quick guys' hands are going for basketballs. We saw Amari Stoudemire this year obviously get a detached retina. Torn retina was missed a lot of the season. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wore those goggles throughout his career to prevent that from happening. But I'm shocked that we don't see more of that during the course of the season.
Noah has picked up his 3rd personal foul. Doug, if you take a look at them assisting Paul Pierce on the Boston sideline, we've been marveling this entire series at the big men, young big men, and what these 2 organizations have done to teach these kids behind the scenes, work with these big men to get them where they are right now.
Well, I've always felt that big men take a longer time. The biggest thing for them is so many of the big guys coming in, you know, aren't in the kind of shape and don't play at the level that you have to play in night to night. They get away with being bigger guys, maybe laying behind, blocking shots. They get to this league, you can't do that. And you've seen in Boston here what they have done with Kendrick Perkins, Glenn Big Baby Davis, how they have become such a big part of their team. And then how about Joakim Noah and Tyrese Thomas, how these young kids have improved as this year has gone on. And these coaches behind the scenes, the strength and conditioning coaches, the guys who get out on the floor on a day-to-day basis and do extra shooting, extra footwork, these big guys are so vital to the success of a team.
Perkins with his first 2 free throws. They have taken Paul Pierce to the locker room, so Tony Allen has taken his place for the Boston Celtics. We're about 2 minutes deep into this 3rd quarter. Rose, 8 of 10. His best game since game 1. They double Noah. Rondo is reaching in as Noah had grabbed onto the ball. The foul goes on Rajon Rondo, who picks up his 3rd personal foul.
I think that Doc Rivers will take that because that would have been the 4th on Kendrick Perkins, and that would have been 4 fouls he committed that really had nothing to do with the game. We're talking about a foul 90 feet away from the basket, an offensive foul, a loose ball foul. You cannot commit those kind of turnovers here in the second half.
Rose over Rondo and Davis. The rebound by Salmons. Rose is 8 of 11, and Salmons collects his 2nd rebound. Gordon is picked up by Ray Allen. And Ray Allen scoops in the loose ball. Allen with his 3rd rebound. Rondo over 3. No points in 22 minutes for the Boston Celtics. He has been the star of this series. Allen over Thomas on the defensive switch. Rebound by Davis, who collects his 5th rebound with 7 points. It's Davis outside over Thomas. Big Baby Davis has gone 4 of 7. He's got 9.
Yeah, he had one subpar game really in this series. That was the game 4 loss. 4 of 16 in that game. Struggled. Came back with a big game 5. 7 of 11 from the floor. 21 points.
Noah the screen. The shot by Rose. They let him fire. Rondo has not gone out and contested many long shots by Rose, who now has a Chicago high 22.
Remember when Tony Parker was a rookie and he couldn't make a jump shot? All you went under all those screens. This guy knows how to make a jump shot. You better not leave him. Ray Allen.
32 knocks in a 3 right there, Doug. 32 points and 18 shots.
But how Tony Parker worked, that if you're going to go underneath that screen, he was going to pull up and knock down shots. That's what you're seeing with Derrick Rose tonight, pulling up and making that mid-range jump shot if you're going to lay off of him and give him that shot.
Gaining confidence every time he takes that shot. Let's see. Kick ball right there. So the shot clock at 14. You take a look at Joakim Noah.
Well, Big Baby Davis, when he left for last summer, Doc Rivers looked at him and said, I want you to do one thing. I want you to work on nothing but shooting all summer long. Get to where you can make an open shot. And with Kevin Garnett going down, who was a great mid-range shooter, that's what Glenn Big Baby Davis has brought to this team. He's brought size and some toughness, but you've got to be able to make that mid-range shot, and he's doing it very well.
Heinrich is coming for Gordon. Screened by Thomas. Knocks out Allen. Pick and roll with Thomas over Perkins inside. And Tyrus Thomas in 24 minutes has gone 2 of 5. He's got 4 points in the game. They waited a little bit longer in that second half a couple nights ago to bring in Heinrich after that great first half. But tonight they bring him in earlier with about 8.5 to play in the third. Allen, switch. Noah's on Allen. That means Heinrich is on Perkins. That's a 3-second violation. It's a defensive 3, and it's on the Chicago Bulls with 8:07 to play in the third.
Yeah, Ray Allen licks his lips on those kind of things because he gets to shoot the technical free throws. When I shot technicals when I was with the 76er, man, you love to see 3 or 4 or 5 of those a game. You sprinted to the line to get those little extra points along the way.
Now, you were a very good free throw shooter. Well,
he's a great one.
I know, but you were over 80%.
Yeah, I think I shot 80, maybe 82 or 83.
And in the playoffs, I think even higher.
Well, that's when you
Coach,
want to bring.
That's
when you want to be at your best. There's no question. Usually, you play more minutes. And
was your playoff average in all statistical categories, Doug, when you played as a 4-time All-Star? You played in the finals. Was it higher in the playoffs than the regular season?
Yes.
Brag a little bit.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm 58 years old. People think I played when the ball had laces, so we're not even going to go there.
You don't look 58. Here comes Allen. Thomas on the defensive switches on him. That means Heinrich is on Davis. That's a shot clock violation and some pretty significant defense by the Chicago Bulls.
But the Bulls, that's what this crowd is looking for. Get some defensive stops, because ever since the first quarter, the Celtics have been a great rhythm offensively, Kevin. They're shooting almost 47%, as we've talked about before. The 3 games these Celtics have won, they've shot over 45% in all 3 of those games.
And Chicago shooting 60%. Heinrich finds Noah, who goes colliding with Davis, gets his own miss. Knocked away by Perkins. Look at the double. He's in a straitjacket. He goes outside to Heinrich. And Noah, who's got 7 rebounds, is 0 of 4. They're chasing Heinrich all over the floor. Here is Thomas into Noah. And that's knocked away by Perkins, and Doug, the shot clock is at 12.
Joakim Noah, great hustle inside, though. Did not give up on the play. Tried to dunk the ball. Went strong. Couldn't quite get to the rim. Picked up the loose ball. Nice possession here for the Bulls. Let's see if they can get a score.
Heinrich to Noah, into Davis. That's the first shot that Noah has hit from the field in 5 tries, with his 2 points, 3 assists, and 7 boards.
Well, his offense right now is found money. When he can give them some points, where he really helps is on that defensive backboard, offensive rebounding, blocking shots, defending the paint. That's where his value to this team is right now.
Again, Pierce is still in the locker room with that bleeding nose, and Allen has taken his place. Rondo alley-oop. Allen comes flying off the wing, and I think he shocked Salmons with his athleticism. As Tony Allen goes up high, he's got 2.
Well, that's what he does. He's a good cutter. He will go to the basket when you double team off him and you lose sight of him, and that's what happened with that time with Salmons. Thomas
over Davis. Rebound by Noah, number 8, and he sticks it back up and in. He's made 2 in a row. Joakim Noah has 4.
There's his value. Yep. Second shots, energy, hustle.
And Rondo presses the issue with Rose and drives right down and slithers for 2. It is a Boston 1-point lead.
It's his first 2 points of the game.
1 of 4. Rose by Rondo. Rose into Perkins. And it's picked up by Tony Allen with his first rebound. 3 on 2. Allen launching a 3. Way off. saved by Rondo, picked up by Salmons. 6 to play in this third quarter. Salmons a three. It was over Allen. Rebound try by Thomas. He was climbing over the back of Perkins with the foul.
Can they do it on the road? Paul Pierce, last field goal came with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Rose is in for Gordon. That's a Chicago change. Here is Allen. Heinrich picks him up. Boston 1 field goal from the field in the last 7 minutes. Davis, shot clock is down to 6. Mismatch on Heinrich. Good spin by Big Baby, but he can't get it to go. Flashing hard. Foul called on Chicago. As Davis is 4 of 11 from the field with 9. Brad Miller has just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Boy, Doug, Boston can't play from behind often with that bench of theirs.
Well, they can't. That's why it's important for them to get a lead like they did on the road in Game 3. And at home, you maybe can buy some time. Tonight, the minute Doc Rivers went to that bench, that lead swelled to a double-digit lead. He immediately had to come back with his starters. And Ray Allen talked about it. He said, we as starters have to help our bench. We cannot ask them to come in and play out of a hole because they don't have that kind of firepower.
Miller is tagged with his 3rd. Inside the Perkins, around Thomas. And he gets it to go. So Kendrick Perkins has put in 8 points with his 7 rebounds.
Ray Allen only has 1 basket in the second half after having 29 at half. And Paul Pierce again has no field goals in the second half.
Thomas a screen. Heinrich throws to Thomas, who dives into Perkins down low. And Perk has just picked up his 4th personal foul. As Doc Rivers said, he was standing there and trying to defend a 10-point game for the Chicago Bulls on top and 9.5 to play. And some free throws coming up for Chicago. National coverage of the NBA playoffs will continue. Coming up next on TNT, it's Game 6. The Portland Trail Blazers down in Houston to take on the Rockets. And then tomorrow on ESPN, Game 6 of Atlanta and Miami. Coverage at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Then Sunday on ABC. It's another playoff doubleheader, including Game 1 of the Mavericks and the Nuggets. Here is Thomas, coach, at the free throw line, where he is 0 of 1, fanning on his first.
How about the pressure on the Houston Rockets at home tonight to close that out? How many times do you think they've heard over the last few days? How many times in a row they've been knocked out in the first round? Portland actually played a very good game in Game 4, Kevin. They had a 6-point lead going into that 4th quarter and sort of kicked it away with some mistakes.
Starters out there for the Boston Celtics, and of course that includes Pierce, Davis, Perkins, Allen, and Rondo. This is Ray Allen over Heinrich, and that is a 3 by Ray Allen, who now has 36, had 29 at halftime.
Well, we saw how quickly a 13-point lead went in the first half. The Bulls have to keep moving the ball, Kevin. 22 assists tonight. One of the reasons why they're shooting 54% is they're moving the basketball.
Miller got Perkins up. It's Thomas working on Davis. Oh, Tyrus Thomas, who loves that range, has got 9 points and 3 rebounds from the floor. Thomas is 4 of 8.
Remember now, in Game 1, he hit those 3 big shots in overtime, actually the game winner.
Allen to Davis, collides with Miller in a hard foul. That is a foul on Brad Miller. And it comes with 8:39 to play here in the 4th quarter. Miller picks up number 4, and Big Baby to the stripe.
I love that Tyrus Thomas and Glenn Big Baby Davis just walked past each other and they sort of bumped each other. These kids, they were best friends as young guys growing up, like 7, 8 years old. They were inseparable. Played together at LSU on that Final Four team. I tell you, right, they walked past each other, bumped each other. Tyrus Thomas had just hit a jump shot.
Coach, you know, coming in, you were concerned about the heavy minutes of the Boston Celtics, and even for Chicago by that standard. And you're taking a look at the minutes now. Anything concern you? I know Allen has played 35 from Davis. That's on the Boston side. Rose has played 35 and 36 for Salmons.
Well, you know, Doc Rivers said, I'm not going to talk about minutes, and I'm not managing minutes. I mean, guys play 50 minutes. That's what they're going to have to do. He said, these guys can play all day. You know, so, you know, that's what we're trained to do. We're athletes and we play. So
over Rose, it's Allen.
He's not looking at minutes, and all of a sudden that lead is down to 7 again, and there's an eternity left, Kevin, and there's the minutes you talked about and the increase of minutes. The big increases are Big Baby and Rondo through the course of the year. That's the big increase, as well as Paul Pierce is up almost 7 minutes tonight, but he had 2 overtimes and a double overtime that really factors into that.
Ray Allen with 38. Here's a screen by Noah. Pierce comes out on Rose, and the rebound by Rondo, who collects his 4th rebound with 12 assists. Noah has come in for Miller. Rondo finds Big Baby inside, and he flings his way into Thomas.
No one knows the pulse beat of the team more than their coach. I think what he's talking about, they put the pressure on the Bulls. It's a 5-point game. And those jump shots that were going early under pressure, facing elimination, can you continue to make those?
Salmons drives on Pierce. Pierce grabs the loose ball. Boston has hit their last 4 shots to make it a 5-point game. Here comes Pierce, who's only 3 of 8, defended by Salmons, out of bounds and 17 seconds on the shot clock. Rondo's got 6, Pierce has 13, and Ray Allen has put in 38 points tonight for Boston.
You know, Paul Pierce has never really gotten the rhythm since he had the lead with getting those stitches on his face or his lip or his nose or wherever it happened. But he's going to be key coming down the stretch.
Here's Rondo, picked up by Rose. Shot clock is at 9. I meant to say 38 for Allen, not 33. 38 points for Ray. Here's Davis. He's got 12. He's defended on the mismatch against Rose. Wow.
See, Rondo, a nice job there. They got the switch on the play. And Rondo's only taken 8 shots tonight. He has 6 points, but he has 14 assists. Found the mismatch and went to an excellent point guard play.
Here's Heinrich. Missing outside. They conceded the shot. A 7-0 run by Boston. By the way, that shot by Davis gives him 14 for the game. Rondo is 6. Rose on him.
You can feel Boston coming right now. Chicago needs a defensive stop. Ben Gordon's been sitting a long time.
Allen for 3, right over Rose. He puts it down. And the Boston Celtics have tied the game at 91. The 57th tie of the series. Ray Allen has put in a game-high 41. Salmons over Pierce. Basket interference.
Now the Bulls have to fight, trying to do too much on their own. They trusted each other for 3 quarters. Here comes Ben Gordon back in the game. They got to trust each other here under pressure. This is when you really got to count on each other. There's Joakim Noah's got his hand in the cylinder, and how quickly, Kevin, I told you how quickly this game changed. Once again, Boston over 45% shooting. It's amazing when they shoot over 45% in the series, they don't lose.
And Chicago is shooting 52% from the floor. Here is Pierce, hounded by Thomas. Heinrich is on Davis. Screened by Davis. Heinrich now goes on Rondo. Shot clock at 2. Rajon Rondo. Rebound, Perkins into Noah with a great corkscrew move. Perkins with 10, and the champions on top by 2.
Trust your teammates, set good screens. Don't try to do it on your own.
It's Noah. Perkins comes out on him. Hand off to Rose. A switch on defense over Perkins. It's Rose.
All those shots were going in the first half. Now those shots under pressure aren't going. Not getting in the paint, and you can see the resolve of the Boston Celtics when it looked like the Bulls had taken control. It's almost like the switch was turned on like it was in Game 5, almost the same scenario. It was 77-66. They went on that 27-16 run. Paul Pierce started it with that layup that we just showed for a 3-point play.
Chicago Bulls have not scored in over 3 minutes. Boston has hit 7 of their last 8 shots, 5.5 to play. Gordon is coming from. That's a travel. It's inside. And it's on Big Baby. There's a turnover right there for the Boston Celtics, only their 8th. With 5:25.
See if Ben Gordon can get going in this game. This is a guy who's been their big money player, 4 of 12 tonight. Been sitting a long time, only played 23 minutes in the ball game.
Miller for Noah. Rose had it deflected. And that deflection with the quick hands turns it over for the Chicago Bulls for the 4th time in this quarter.
Derrick Rose has got to be aggressive, not tentative. The games he's been aggressive in the 4th quarter, the Bulls have won.
So look at Allen and Pierce running all over the floor. They go inside to Davis, who is held by Miller on a pass from Rondo. They're looking to go inside. The clock is stopped at 4:58 to play. And the foul goes on Ben Gordon for the 4th time as he's knocked in 8 threes. That ties a Boston playoff record.
And think of all the great players. Think of Larry Bird, some of the great players that have gone through, great 3-point shooters through the years. Danny Ainge, right on down the list. So see if Ray Allen can break that record as Chauncey Billups did early this year with Denver.
Number 5, Doug, on Gordon, who got tangled up as he is trying to stick with a very hard to guard Ray Allen. And that screen by Davis kind of pushed him into on the point.
When you lose Ben Gordon's offense here, that's so explosive, obviously, even though tonight he's only 4 of 12. You come in with Heinrich, who's a better defender. I think Ben Gordon might have just gotten a technical foul. Remember composure? Remember Doc Rivers talking to his team about composure? Remember David Aldridge had just talked to Vinny Del Negro about the importance of keeping your poise. And you cannot give points away. Ray Allen, one of the best free throw shooters in the history of the NBA, going to the line to try to push this lead to 3, and they have possession of the basketball.
So Gordon picks up 2 fouls in 3 seconds, and here is Ray Allen. He kicked the cooler as our cameras caught. And anything like that, with the watchful eye of the official right there, is going to be teed up.
And you see Lindsey Hunter walking down, talking to Ben Gordon. You know, settle yourself down. We're going to need you. There's still a lot of time to go in this ball game, and this is where you have got to have the resolve to play through. Right now, the Bulls are going through a struggle. You've got to fight through it, but you've got to get a defensive stop, Kevin. You've got to stop it.
Boston has got right now their biggest lead of the game. Rondo to Pierce. Salmons comes out and defends. Shot clock at 1. Pierce puts in a dagger from outside. Once again, he's done it with a deuce. It's a 5-point Boston lead. 4.5 to play. His first field goal since late first quarter. Paul Pierce is 4 of 9. Here's Miller. A 14-0 run by the Boston Celtics. Boy, Pierce steps up when they need it most. Perkins with the block on the shot by Salmons, picked up by Pierce, and here comes Boston the other way.
Boy, has this game switched.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, if you're Chicago, you can't start turning around. I mean, you're looking around for your team. You've got to dig in here right now because Paul Pierce and Ray Allen are going to be the 2 guys. Can you stop them? Miller's playing Allen over the perimeter.
You got that right, but the missed drive, the rebound by Perkins, his 10th. He's got 10 points. Another double-double for Perkins. Fresh shot clock with which to work. Rondo to Big Baby. The mismatch on Heinrich will exploit. They'll feed to Perkins. Outside Pierce for 3. Good! Pierce and Allen have been assassins tonight. 8 straight empty trips for Chicago. 0 of 6 and 2 turnovers. Approaching 3 to play.
See if they go inside once again to Big Baby. He has a mismatch here with Ben Gordon playing against him.
Double with Rose. That means Rondo is picked up on the rotation by Miller, and a foul, and a hard one at that. Miller on Rondo. Miller picks up number 5.
See, what happens is now you go into Glenn Davis, Big Baby Davis, and they're going to double team, and this is going to open up other shots, and this is going to be Brad Miller going at Rondo. We remember the play at the end of that game the other night when Rondo got Miller, but now's not the time to commit any kind of silly fouls.
Rondo's first free throw tonight. He's got 6 points and 15 assists. Let's go back to the other night. Late in the game in Boston.
Yeah, because of this, you can tell that these officials are going to be spot on what's going on tonight. They're going to make sure that nothing breaks loose here, especially if it looks like Chicago is going to go down here tonight. 2 big misses by Rondo that would have pushed the lead to 10.
Here comes Rose by Rondo. Chicago 6 scoreless minutes. Perkins is out on the mismatch on Salmons. There is Rose going by Rondo and plugs in for 2. Rose with that sweet drive has got 24.
Yeah, but there's still a ton of time. It's a 2-possession game. I mean, right now, if you're Chicago, it's all about defensive stops right now.
Boston at 46%. Heinrich watching Pierce. Doubled by Rose.
Yeah, they're going to trap him now. They ran off Rondo.
Rondo is picked up by Miller on the rotation. That's a 2. Rebound by Salmons. Rondo is 3 of 10. And Salmons gets his 6th rebound.
That's great defense. Get the ball out of Paul Pierce's hands. Make Rondo make a jump shot.
Salmons beats Davis. Slides inside with Perkins. It will drop. John Salmons with 23 as he knifes his way inside for 2.
Paul Pierce is going to isolate. He has to do it in the middle of the floor like he did the other night when he got all those jump shots, because it's much more difficult for the Bulls to double team him when he's in the middle of the floor. So let's see if they go back to that pick and roll situation that they ran early to get him in the middle of the floor to isolate.
Tony Allen has come in for Davis for the Boston Celtics. Here comes Rajon Rondo with 15 assists. Miller got a hand on it. It's out of bounds. It's off Chicago, and the shot clock is at 11 seconds.
Boy, Kendrick Perkins pulled his hand back. Did not want the referees to feel that ball went off his hands. I mean, he was so guilty on this play. It's hard to see there, but
Here comes Allen around Heinrich with the runner. And Ray Allen has got 44 points tonight. One short of tying a career playoff high. Rose. Salmons over Pierce for three. He's got a playoff high 24 points, and that's out of bounds. It touches nothing, and Boston will get the ball.
you don't need that shot there, Kevin. I mean, that's a contested three. Drive that ball to the basket, get to the line. That's a home run. You don't need a home run. There's still too much time.
Rose on Rondo. Miller watching Perkins. Salmons is on Allen. Rondo. After the uncovered Allen because they went the double inside. The rebound by Brad Miller. That's number 7. Here comes Ben Gordon. 4 of 12.
Well, Tony Allen's in there for defense.
And Allen watches as a beautiful shot is put in by Brad Miller. He was uncovered. They conceded the shot. Allen didn't rotate. 6 in the corner for Brad Miller and 15 in the game.
So you got Tony Allen in the game right now and Rondo. You can help off of both of those guys defensively, and that's exactly what the Bulls are going to do. Trap Paul Pierce.
Tony Allen into Gordon. Over Miller. Rebound by Brad Miller. There is Heinrich. Followed by Tony Allen. Miller for the tie. Difference of 5 seconds, the game clock and shot clock. Rose is defending Rondo. Salmons is on Pierce. Screen by Allen, switch on defense. Heinrich goes on Pierce. Pierce to break the tie, 2 seconds to shoot. Rebound by Rose. Timeout Chicago, 4.4 to play. We're tied at 101.
Don't settle for an outside jump shot.
Heinrich, Rose, Salmons, Miller, Gordon. Chicago at the timeout, Boston with 2.
Now don't fall asleep on Brad Miller now shooting that ball.
Here is Gordon, guarded by Pierce. For the win. Overtime again. All right, Ernie, thank you very much. And here we go. We start our overtime. Rose and Heinrich. Joakim Noah is in with Gordon and Salmons. Here is Gordon by Perkins, by Allen, who goes past both. He can't get the layup to go. And Gordon is 4 of 14.
And Rondo is really limping. I don't know if his leg is bothering him, but he is really limping.
Tony Allen into Perkins, goes right by Noah.
Look at Rondo. He is dragging that right ankle. We got to keep our eye on him. He is guarding Derrick Rose. If I get the ball and I'm Derrick Rose, I got to find out how bad that ankle is.
Heinrich defended by Allen. And Paul Pierce now comes out on Salmons with the shot clock down to 9. Salmons inside, beating Perkins. It's in. Salmons, Doug, with the drive right there, has got 26. Allen and Pierce, Rondo, Perkins, and Tony Allen for the Boston Celtics.
Now, Ben Gordon can be a real help defender here off Tony Allen. You don't want to give him layups, but you got to be able to help on Pierce and Ray Allen right now if you're Ben Gordon.
It's Allen knocked away by Noah. Shot clock at 4. Allen goes by Noah to the wide open Perkins inside. Rebound by Gordon. Perkins is 5 of 7. Rose 10 of 19 with 24.
The Bulls back having a small lineup on the floor, 4 basically perimeter guys. Doc Rivers has matched that. And with that, Tony Allen's out there for defense, but he's an offensive liability.
Noah to screen, switch on defense. Perkins was put on Heinrich, who trains the deuce. Heinrich now with 10. And Chicago's on top by 2.
Looks like Rondo's moving better. I guess that Perkins had fallen on his leg on that one play, so he's looking like he's moving better now. Looked like he was shaken up for just a moment.
Ray Allen's got 44. He's defended by Salmons. Heinrich is on Pierce. Shot clock at 5. Noah comes out on Perkins. Rebound by Noah, who Doug claims his 12th rebound.
Two great defensive possessions by the Bulls, forcing Kendrick Perkins to shoot jump shots. That's exactly what you want.
Screen by Noah, switch on defense, Perkins is on Rose. Slides a pass inside, Tony Allen breaks it up, and here comes Rondo. Turnover number 14 for Chicago.
This is where Ray Allen is dangerous.
He's got a three, Rose converging, rebound inside by Noah. Loose ball foul called on Paul Pierce. And Paul Pierce picks up just his second, make it third, a personal foul.
Well, Rondo has struggled with an ankle throughout this series. Watch what happens here. It looked like Perkins hit him as he went by. Let's watch this right here to see exactly what happened. Right there.
Jammed it, looks
Like
like.
he jammed it. He had that thing in ice before the ball game, but excellent rebound by Noah. It looked like Paul Pierce was running an offensive tip, and Noah just went and took that rebound away.
Brad Miller is coming for Noah Selmans. Working on Pierce. There's a whistle and a foul. Basket will not count. Foul called on the Boston Celtics, and it goes on Pierce, who picks up number 4. Chicago leading by 2 and 2:15 to play in this first overtime.
See, if you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, when they finished games, Perkins really wasn't on the floor. It was Garnett and James Posey.
Miller is wide open. He sneaks by Perkins. Brad Miller off the bench, 19 points, 8 of 8 for the game. And Chicago leads by 4 with over 2 to play in overtime.
How about the end of the regulation? Bulls down 5, and Miller hit the big three, very similar to what Salmons did in the one overtime when the Bulls are down 5. Where are the Boston Celtics going to find a field goal?
Big Baby Davis has come in for Allen. There is House working on Salmons. They look for Pierce, and defended by Ken Gordon. Shot clock is down to 10. They quickly double him with Rose. Pierce bumped by Gordon, and that is a foul called on Gordon. That's number 6. And he is history. Finishing the night 4 of 14 with 12 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And Doug, here goes Paul Pierce to the line. Where tonight he is 7 of 8 with his 18 points.
Well, just when you think a team is getting a grasp of the game, you foul a jump shooter, the clock winding down. Now, Pierce has missed a couple free throws under pressure in this series.
They've got to pick somebody off the bench. They've got a certain time limit to do this, and they are going to select Tyrus Thomas.
Well, see, now this helps Boston, because when Chicago was small, their small liner was better than Chicago's, because Boston had a couple guys on the floor that can't shoot. So now with Glenn Big Baby Davis coming in, they've gone to a bigger lineup, which is a better closing lineup for the Boston Celtics. So Big Baby can make a jump shot, so they can't really run off of him.
There goes House, and back in comes Kendrick Perkins. That's a good point.
It's all matchups in
Yes,
the NBA, Kevin.
absolutely.
I mean, remember I talked to you today, I said, you know, before that Orlando game that they had gone on the road without Dwight Howard, and on a Western trip, one at Utah, at Golden State. They won 3 games, and Gortat had played very well. I think J.J. Redick, listened to the studio tonight, had a big game.
Rose picked up by Rondo. Miller is trying to set a screen. He does, and that is on Pierce, who is watching Salmons. Miller, fouled by Thomas. Shot clock is down to 5. This is over Big Baby. Rebound inside, claimed by Rondo, who picks up his 6th rebound. There's Pierce the other way. 5 of 11 into Salmons. They'll double with Rose. That's a foul on Salmons, and Pierce continues to carve his way to the free throw line.
He is crafty.
Wow, I should say.
You know, Doc Rivers made a great point the other day. He said he plays at a very good offensive rhythm. See the pump fake? You know, Tommy Heinsohn, the great Celtic legend, used to say about Larry Bird, he was the master of the half-inch. Just get a pump fake, lean up, get the guy in the top level when you make free throws, go to the line. And Paul Pierce has a chance once again to tie this ball game. A minute to there's Tommy Heinsohn. Nobody loves the Celtics like Tommy Heinsohn. Nobody.
Salmons picked up his 2nd personal foul. Here is Paul Pierce at the line, where tonight he is 10 of 11. 21 points, 2nd to the 44, put in by Ray Allen. Big ones.
This is where Derrick Rose has got to be aggressive and drive that ball. Maybe get that middle pick and roll, try to get into the lane.
In the midst of our 12th time, 17th lead, James Rose. Picked up by Rondo. Miller sets a screen. Perkins will pick him up. Rondo comes from behind, knocks it away. What a great defensive play by Rajon Rondo.
He is so good with those long arms playing in from behind you. Just a tentative play by Derrick Rose. Can the Bulls get a stop? Another one of these mood swings we've seen all night long.
Miller is on Allen. Salmons is on Big Baby. Heinrich goes on Pierce. Thomas is on Perkins. Shot clock at 3.
See, that wasn't a good decision by Rondo. Expected Derrick Rose to get the ball in his hands, maybe a Heinrich who has great experience, and Don Salmons who's hit big shots all year long.
Here's Rose. Miller picked up by Perkins. Screen by Miller, switch on defense. Perkins now goes on Salmons. The shot clock is down to 11. Salmons slashing inside into 3, and he ties the game.
That's a great read. Got the switch, did not settle for the 3. Shot clock turned off. Here we are once again. Is it going to be Paul Pierce in his sweet spot? And can he knock this one down?
Boston was out of timeout, so they couldn't stop the clock, and here we go.
You know what's coming. Can you stop it?
Guarded by Salmons. We've got our second overtime.
The last double overtime game in here, Chicago won.
Gordon is fouled out for Chicago. Rondo and Pierce, Perkins, Big Baby, and Allen. So the starting 5 on the floor for the Boston Celtics. Rose is on Rondo. They're with Miller and Heinrich, Salmons and Noah. Pierce. Salmons defending. Miller comes out on Big Baby. Davis again hits. He's got 18. He's 8 of 15 in the game tonight.
Oh, Joakim Noah's got to come over and try to block that shot. He was so worried about Perkins. You got to come over and make somebody make an extra pass.
With Doug Collins and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan at the sold-out United Center. Salmons slashing by Pierce with the left hand. And a whistle and a foul. And it comes with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Pierce was reaching in. And Paul Pierce picks up a foul. That's number 5. He's got 5. Perkins has 5. And Rondo's got 4. We told you about Gordon leaving with the 6 fouls and 12 points and a 4 of 14 night. And the only other player with 5 fouls for Chicago, Doug, is Miller. He's put in 19 and been terrific off the Chicago bench.
Well, Salmons now with 29. But Kevin, I like what he's done. Remember, I said in the regulation, he took, I thought, a bad 3 that was contested, shot an air ball, and now what he's done, he's attacked the basket. The last possessions, he's driving that ball to the basket. Interestingly enough, Paul Pierce is a very good defender, and he's beating him with his strong hand, that right hand to the basket. And they're going to have to do a better job keeping him out of the paint because Perkins has 5 fouls. He fouled out in regulation here in Game 4, and they lost that game. They missed him inside.
Off a screen, Allen over Heinrich for 3. Rebound by Perkins, back out to Pierce, drives on Salmons. Now Miller has got a tangle with Perkins. And Allen tries to shake the defense of Heinrich and finds Davis over Noah. Big Baby Davis with 2 big hits here in overtime. Number 2, he's got 20.
The importance of your power forward being able to make shots.
Salmons defended by Allen.
Well, great recognition by Ray Allen. Looked like Salmons had an open 3.
This is a 3 right here.
Wow!
That puts Chicago on top. John Salmons with 33 points in 52 minutes.
6 of 24 from 3 going into the game tonight.
9 points in overtime by Salmons, and here comes Rondo. He is 3 of 10 with 6 points and 17 assists. Pierce is 5 of 12. Big Baby, the mismatch on Heinrich. Doubled by Rose. Out to Allen over Miller. 24-second shot clock violation. That is a shot clock violation and good defense by Chicago.
Slow recognition on the play to go inside, and Chicago's doing a nice job double teaming the ball and rotating.
Salmon's running all over the place, and Paul Pierce got a hand on that. It ricochets out of bounds. Shot clock at 14 in this second overtime.
Well, Salmon's had a 38-point game in here in regulation on St. Patrick's Day against the Celtics. So Pierce had 37 in that game. Salmon's 38.
Rose, shot clock at 9, screen by Miller. Rose is 10 of 19. Another screen by Miller over Perkins. Rebound by Pierce. He reels in his 6th rebound.
When that shot clock gets down against Chicago, that's when the Celtic defense is at its best. They got to get into it quicker.
Big baby the screen. Here's Pierce. Defended by Kirk Hinrich. Paul Pierce. Rebound by Miller. That's number 9. And that is a foul. And that is number 6. That goes on Perkins. He is gone.
That is a huge loss.
Oh, absolutely.
Because now Boston has nobody to defend the paint. With a loose ball foul on Perkins. He's got early fouls tonight. You know, Kirk Hinrich does a nice job on Paul Pierce. He gets a hand in his face. Inside position there, Brad Miller, as he goes down, he sells the foul. Kendrick Perkins will sit. Scalabrine in the game. He will bring some shooting, but now all of a sudden, undersized front line once again for Boston, and that's when Chicago really took advantage in the first half.
Pierce on Salmon. Salmon's 12 of 19 with 33. Down the lane he goes. John Salmons with 35. Chicago by 3. Players more physically tired or mentally tired?
Mentally. In games like this, 6 overtimes out of 4 games. And that's the mental wear and tear.
Rajon Rondo got a screen from Davis. Scalabrine over the oncoming Miller. That's a 3. And the rebound off of Davis. Salmons walks the tightrope, and now they're going to say it's off Chicago. 1:45 to play in the second overtime.
Excuse me, Kevin. You got to love Scalabrine's confidence. He just comes in off the bench, touches the ball, and let that thing go.
Scalabrine 2 of 6. He's got 7.
That's the guy now, remember, he was playing for New Jersey against the Pistons in the conference finals a few years ago. Hit 5 threes in that deciding game. So he's capable. He's played in big games.
Chicago no fouls to give. Allen was held by Miller. He lost the ball. Hinrich vacuums it in.
Kirk put the Hinrich maneuver on him on that play.
Allen and Pierce, by the way, a combined 0 of 4 in OT. Salmons. Pierce is on him.
Remember, Pierce has 5 fouls.
Knocked that ball away. There is no call. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It looked like Paul got all ball.
Well, this is where you go to plays. You work against these in practice every single day, executing the plays. We saw the Celtics score with 3 seconds on the clock. Let's see if the Bulls can get one with 2.
Rose, not much time with which to work. Allen against Scalabrine. Miller going up against Scal inside. That is a 24-second shot clock violation. Brad Miller now in the game is missed Doug his first shot. That was his first miss. He is 8 of 9 with 19 points.
Oh, he had those big 5 at the end of regulation. That really changed the whole complexion.
Rondo 3 of 10. Ray Allen over Miller. That's a 3 launched. Knocked away by Pierce. Picked up by Scalabrine. Fresh shot clock with which to work. A minute to play in the second overtime. Salmon's on Pierce. Noah may come over and double. Rondo with 3. Miller to close. Rebound is off of Boston. Chicago's ball. Allen is in for House. Marbury has come in the game as well for Scalabrine.
How ironic is this?
Wow.
Brad Miller, who went to the line the other night.
Foul called on Glenn Davis, his 4th.
Glenn Davis picks up number 4.
Well, that's only the 13th
Boston,
foul.
Boston had a foul to give. Chicago has a foul to give. Boston now out in that category. We just showed you the reset, and here is a 1-point Chicago lead. Under 18 to play. Hunter to inbound. Miller held by Davis.
And now I can say it. How ironic for him to go to the line here. Brad Miller the other night got hit, bleeding, multiple stitches in his mouth. The game is a beautiful thing, Kevin. As heartbreaking as it is, you get another chance. And here's Brad Miller, very upset with himself the other night after the game. Can he step up to the line, make a couple free throws under pressure to give his team a 3-point lead with under 17 seconds to go?
Boston a timeout. Chicago with the timeout.
Didn't even hit the rim. Didn't even hit the rim.
He's a proud guy.
Well, you bet you're proud. I mean, you don't play in this league as long. He's an undrafted player coming out of Purdue. Check out his reaction. So don't ever doubt me. It's the beauty of the game. Beauty of the game. Breaks your heart one moment, and the next moment it gives you the greatest joy.
You see our game reset right there. Well, what do you think Boston's going to do, Doug? Down by 3 and under 17 seconds to play in the second overtime.
Well, with no timeouts, it changes what you could do. I mean, obviously, if you can get something quickly going to the basket, you take it, and then you make it a foul game, because if there's still 10 seconds to go or whatever in the game, that's still plenty of time to foul, get a rebound, and go length to the floor. But they're going to have to do something quickly. The longer this possession takes, then they'll have to settle for a 3.
House and Rondo. Big Baby, Pierce, and Ray Allen. Ray Allen with a playoff career high 46 points. House 0 of 3 if not scored in 12 minutes. Big Baby's got 20. Boston is out of timeouts. Chicago has 1. Chicago has a foul to give. Noah is on Allen. Selman's on Pierce. Held. Foul to give, and I think he got it before the shot.
Well, that's why you got to be so careful.
You've been on this entire series, Coach. You've been all over this.
I mean, you know, you're very close here to taking a foul, and Paul Pierce hears that whistle. Right there, they take it. Boy, he hears it and tries to get into the active shooting. Joey Crawford said, The ball was on the floor, so now no fouls to give. Now you're down to 12-2. Now you're running out of options.
Selman's on Allen. Screen by Pierce over Heinrich. Gets free for the tie. Oh, he hit it. What a dagger thrown in by Ray Allen. His 49th point ties the game at 7.6. Chicago a timeout. They'll get a playoff. I am utterly in awe.
Well, you know what I'm stunned at a little bit? Why Chicago didn't foul him on the dribble. Looked like they were going to foul him, but right there, I mean, he got a free look at that shot. There was a miscommunication between Heinrich. He's slow on that switch. Does get a hand up, but Ray Allen, you talked about the whole game. I mean, had not hit a shot in the overtimes. Hit 2 incredible shots. The one over Joakim Noah, and then this one. So he ties his own record. That's also held by Vince Carter and Rex Chapman. This might be like a Survivor. I mean, this who's the last man standing? This is where you're going to miss Kendrick Perkins, Coach, on this play. Again, if I'm the Bulls, you drive the ball to the basket. You don't settle for anything. Take it to the basket. No shot blocking in there. Make the Celtics have to defend something in the paint.
Tony Allen has come in for defense. Heinrich and Miller, Rose and Selmans. The inbound from Lindsey Hunter.
No Ben Gordon, normally the guy that would shoot the ball. He's out with fouls.
It's Miller. Quick trap. Davis on him.
Wow, don't even get a shot.
Watching that game, he witnessed it then, and he's seeing it again as a rookie head coach in the NBA. The 7th-seeded Chicago Bulls against the 2-seed and defending NBA champion Boston Celtics.
Now, Paul Pierce has 5 fouls guarding Salmon, so he can ill afford to foul out.
Shot clock at 9. Mismatch. Salmons watches Rose. Derrick Rose. He's got 26. He's 11 of 21.
Well, he had all kinds of those field goals in the first half. He had 20 in the first half. That's his 6th point here in the, third overtime, I guess we are. So
We're losing
I'm losing track of how many there are.
Salmons and Pierce. Doubled by Miller. Looking for Scalabrine. Out of bounds it goes. Shot clock is down to 6.
Paul Pierce has not been effective on the wings. I know I've said that a lot tonight, but the Bulls have done a nice job with him there. Where he is most effective against the Bulls, this swarming defense, is at the top of the circle.
Rose running the inbound. It's off to Davis, who works on Heinrich. Shot clock at 3. Rebound by Miller. He's got a double-double. 21 points and 10 rebounds coming off the bench. Rose has got 26 with 7 assists and 6 rebounds. Rondo defends. Switch on defense. Nope, they're going to keep Miller inside with Rondo watching the outside. There's a turnover. It's a 17th turnover by the Chicago Bulls.
And now turnovers have been a problem for Derrick Rose. 20 in the last 3 games.
It's Davis, and Noah goes on him defensively.
Oh my.
Big baby diving in and finds 2 with his 22nd point. 10 of 18 from the floor. Foul goes on Joakim Noah. He picks up number 4.
Auditioning for Dancing with the Stars here. I mean, look at that double pump, steps through 2 players hanging in the air. And, you know, when the Bulls went to a small lineup, it forced him off the floor. And it really cost the Celtics a lot of problems offensively. Now he stepped back in the game, and he's making some big shots. Again, Kevin, I can't talk about how important it is to have guys on the floor that can make shots, especially with a guy like Paul Pierce who gets double teamed.
Perkins is fouled out for the Boston Celtics with 12 points, and Ben Gordon is fouled out for the Chicago Bulls. He also has 12. Heinrich, this is over Allen. Rebound, clock court, clean by Rose. In the paint over Pierce. Oh! What a shot by the Rookie of the Year. And Chicago back on top by 1, and Rose with 28.
It looked like Scalabrine had that rebound and just mistimed his jump. Those are those 50-50 plays we talk about. That time it worked in favor of the Bulls.
And approaching 3 to play in our 3rd overtime.
Ooh, Pierce very close to an offensive. This is where he's at his best.
Rose comes over for the double. Forces the turnover to the backpedaling Allen, the driving Heinrich, and a foul called on Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics. Pierce got tangled up. Ray Allen, Doug, shockingly picks only his first personal foul assessed on him tonight.
And that's a guy who fouled out of the last game.
He sure
His
did.
second playoff game, he fouled out in 68 games.
With 5.5 minutes left in the game.
Now, Paul Pierce, I'm telling you, Heinrich does a good job on him. He crowds him and forces him to put the ball on the floor and does not let him get to that little mid-range step-back shot. So if I'm the Celtics, I don't want that matchup of Pierce with Heinrich. I try to get a switch where he can go against somebody else.
Salmons has played 57 minutes. Rose has played 56 minutes. Paul Pierce 47. Davis 50, 55 for Ray Allen, 53 for Rondo. Rondo over Miller, trailed by Rose into the paint. Rondo is 3 of 11. Heinrich chases it with Allen into the corner and saved by Boston. Scalabrine and a fresh shot clock with which to work. Screen by Davis. Rose goes now on Rondo with the drive. Rejected by Noah. Here comes Rose. And Davis on him on the defensive switch.
Make the simple play if you're Derrick Rose. Don't try to make a pass in congestion in the lane.
Good advice. 2. Rose with the miss. Volleyball knocked away by Noah and picked up by Boston. Rondo is down. Miller is down. Here comes Allen into Heinrich, who pokes that ball away. And 17 seconds on the shot clock.
Remember now, Heinrich missed 31 games this year. He probably has the freshest legs of anybody on the floor right now.
Yeah, right. Heinrich tonight has played 40 minutes, 31 by Miller. We're going over these numbers, which are just mind-boggling. In minutes played by these teams. Davis. Rondo and Rose.
Rondo's been averaging 24 here. It's Ray Allen. That's a long 2.
Allen knocks it in over Heinrich, and look what Ray Allen, Doug, has done tonight. 51 and 56. 51 points in 56 minutes. He is 18 of 32.
Think he's a well-conditioned athlete?
Heinrich deflected by Pierce. Oh, look at him flying out of bounds with great hustle. with sensational. You don't think this thing means a lot to this captain?
Well, I can tell you what it means. It means Boston does not want to see a Game 7, and Chicago would love to put the pressure on them in a Game 7. Look at Ray Allen. I mean, Heinrich is right all over him, and he buries the shot.
Pierce back on Selman, shot clock at 4. Rose over Rondo for 2 with a second left to shoot. The rebound by Pierce, who picks up number 9.
Rondo tonight, only 6 points. I'd said before, he's averaging 24, 3 of 13, but he has 18 assists.
And 6 rebounds. Screened by Davis, knocks out Rose, pick and roll with Rondo. And that's a turnover. That's a travel on Big Baby. Out there with Rondo and Scalabrine, Pearson, Davis. Gordon is fouled out for Chicago. Perkins. Oh, there's a knock away and a dive by Pierce. Shot clock now will be down to 16. Salmons. Into Rose to break the tie. Rebound by Rondo. With all kinds of congestion inside. Rondo with his 7th rebound.
Well, can the Celtics free up either Ray Allen or Paul Pierce? The Bulls have their defense loaded to guard those guys. Can they free up one of those guys for a shot?
It's Pierce. Salmons fights through a screen. No one knocked it away. Galloping with Pierce. And Paul Pierce has just fouled out of the game. And Joakim Noah has just given the Chicago Bulls a 2-point lead with his 8th point tonight with a great defensive play at the other end.
How about the speed of the big man? Paul Pierce, you see Joakim Noah get a passing lane. Paul Pierce should have let this go. I mean, he knows he's got 5 fouls. You cannot defend that play. He is now out of the game. I mean, Paul Pierce has got to let that go. How about the speed, though, of Joakim Noah, the concentration? What a play.
Noah with his first points in the paint in overtime.
And he finish it up with this free throw. Big, big play. Huge.
Timeout Boston. They have 2 left. Joakim Noah on a huge stage in front of a national audience with the steal, the gallop, and the sledgehammer. Noah with 9. Chicago on top by 3.
Paul Pierce got to let that go. He can't take that. He knows he's got 5 fouls. That was his 6th foul, right?
Yeah, he's gone. 6.
Yeah, I mean, he's still sitting in that huddle there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
And Boston.
And we've had several,
Probably,
I'm assuming,
I wonder if
three.
Heinsohn was in that game. That Heinsohn and Kuzi, was Heinsohn in?
The Syracuse Nats. I don't know. The Celtics were the Celtics, and Syracuse, part of those original teams in the Professional Basketball Association called the Nationals. The most overtimes in a game, Doug, 4 back in March of '53.
Well, there was another 50-point score in that game for Boston, just like Ray Allen has 51. A gentleman by the name of Bob Cousy.
How about that?
50 points in 66 minutes. Now, Kevin, you know, I just talked about Boston and their turnovers, what a good job they've done. They only have 13 for the game. They have 3 in this overtime. None more costly than that one by Paul Pierce. Not only does he turn the ball over, but then commits the fouls out of the game, and Chicago now with a 3-point lead.
So House is in there with Scalabrine, Rondo, Davis, and Ray Allen. Ray Allen with 51. Lindsey Hunter is in the game for Chicago. He'll watch House. Rose is on Rondo. Rondo to House. He hasn't scored all night until right there. He buries a 2. And he brings the Celtics to within 1. And a 20-second timeout taken by Chicago with 28.8 to play in this third overtime. Eddie House was 0 of 3 in 13 minutes, and he hits his first in overtime right there, just inside the three-point arc.
Well, if you see the Chicago defender falling, Big Baby Davis set an incredible screen, and Eddie House is kicking himself right now, not getting behind that three-point line. A great play by Doc Rivers. So many teams use that. You see the Spurs use, a lot of teams. You set it up, you drive the ball, and then you back pick on the other side, and you see Big Baby just wipes out Lindsey Lee Hunter. And I'm sure Eddie House wishes he could have been behind that line. But Kevin, a 4.4-second differential here. Boston still has 2 timeouts. A well-executed play. A bone-rattling pick by Glenn Big Baby Davis.
Will take us inside the minds of the Chicago Bulls, Doug. Under 29 to play in this third overtime. They lead by 1 and they've got the ball.
Well, you're saying to yourself, obviously, a 4.8-second differential. You want to use your clock here, be smart, and get a very, very high percentage shot.
Celtics don't have a foul to give, as you can see. Chicago has 1 20-second timeout remaining. Boston has 2. Marbury has checked in for House. Miller has come in for Noah.
Stephon Marbury in the game for defensive purposes.
And a quick one right there for Davis. He was tangling with Miller, and
The foul is on Glenn
Davis is
and
gone.
that's on
He
the
fouls
wrist.
out of the game. So Davis is gone, Perkins is gone, and Paul Pierce all fouling out.
Brad Miller breaking to the ball. This is no question a foul. He came right over his back. I mean, that's an easy call by the official to make. And Brad Miller, remember the one timeout, caught the ball. They had a foul to give, took it, got it again. And here he is stepping up to the line once again for 2 critical free throws.
3 of 3 tonight, 21 points off the bench. 10 rebounds, all in 32 minutes. He has been invaluable, Doug, not only in tonight's game, but in this series for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, he and Heinrich tonight have combined for 33 off that bench. The entire Boston bench has 11. That's been the story the last 3 games. Heinrich and Miller versus the Boston bench. Well, he didn't even touch the rim.
Here, Doug, is Chicago with the ball, up by 1, and no shot clock with which to work.
Well, again, you better have a cool hand throwing that ball in under pressure and be able to get the ball in, and then you're going to have to make free throws, so you'd like to be able to get it into a good free throw shooter. Brad Miller's all the way in the backcourt. You can throw the ball in the backcourt in the last 2 minutes, so look for Heinrich or John Salmons to try to come get this basketball from Lindsey Hunter.
Allen is in for House. It's Tony Allen, and Miller is in for Noah. They go inside. Heinrich sneaking inside, missed the shot.
Missed a layup.
Wow. Timeout Boston. That's their last. 16.7 to play. Heinrich from point-blank range missing a layup. Oh, my goodness.
What else can we see here? They run a beautiful play. Boston gets confused. At the last second, Rondo comes over.
Great defense by Rajon Rondo.
Look at this, just at the last second to distract him. Heinrich quick shoots it. Oh, my. Look at Vinny's going, I don't believe this. What else can happen in this series?
All right, now Boston's on it.
Well, now you obviously down 1. I mean, you can work the clock here. Chicago does have a foul to give. So you got to be very careful if you wind that thing down too far and then Chicago takes a timeout. It leaves you very little time and you have no timeouts remaining to talk about what you want to do. So the fact that the Bulls have a foul to give really helps you. But watch Rondo here. Let's see if his hand is, wow, did he touch that ball in the cylinder? Let's see, did he get a piece of this ball in the cylinder? I don't think he touched it. His hand was in the, wow, that is so cool. I mean, what other drama can we add to this? I mean, can we add some more twists and turns?
Ray Allen will be inbounding the ball. House is in for Tony Allen for Boston. Noah is in for Miller for Chicago.
See, I don't like that. Why take that foul
quickly
then when he wasn't in a position to do anything? Now a foul puts you to the line. He wasn't in a position. He wasn't attacking. He was going away. Make them use some clock and then take the foul. Now you're in trouble because you foul, they shoot free throws.
Rondo picked up by Rose. Over Rose, rejected by Rose. Rondo's shot was rejected by Rose. Foul by Scalabrine. Rose rejects the Rondo shot.
Unbelievable. I mean, what a great play by Derrick Rose, a point guard. Rondo drives the lane, pump fakes him, stays down on the floor. Look at this explosion to block the shot. So I didn't like the foul that he took, but I sure like this block shot. Unbelievable.
Scalabrine picked up a foul.
Look at this.
And
What a
fading away,
spectacular
Doug.
block
My
shot.
goodness. Here is your NBA Rookie of the Year in his first exposure to the NBA playoffs, coming off a Final Four championship game appearance last season with Memphis. He is 4 of 4 from the free throw line tonight.
There's still plenty of time
Sure,
though. I mean,
absolutely.
if he makes this, even though the Celtics don't have any timeouts, you can throw that ball to half court and easily drive in. And if it's only a 2-point game, you got to be careful about not fouling a 3-point shooter. So, and there's still a lot to be played here.
Mikey Moore has come in for Marbury. He misses both. Rondo guarded by Rose. Put up the goal.
Whoa!
We will see you in Boston Saturday night for Game 7.
The Bulls pulled off a dramatic 128-127 triple overtime win to force Game 7 against the Celtics. The 7 total overtime periods and 4 overtime games set an NBA record in a series Celtics forward Paul Pierce called phenomenal. John Salmons and Ray Allen scored playoff career highs of 35 and 51 points respectively, while Rajon Rondo's 19 assists tied Bob Cousy's franchise playoff record. The Celtics would go on to win Game 7 against Chicago before losing Game 7 against Orlando in the semifinals. That's going to do it for this edition of Hardwood Classics. I'm Mark Fine. We'll see you next time.